But, ladies, it's nice to be back. I feel like I've been away forever.
Oh, I'm just wondering,
have.
how do you know Italians do it better?
Well, I've just been in Italy.
You had auditions, didn't you?
I've just been to one of my best friend's weddings. It was amazing. And I promised him and her, the bride and groom, she's the reason I know them, but he is a lifelong Loose Women fan. And my wedding gift to him is that I will show their wedding photos. So this is Mr. and Mrs. Bell. There they are, the bride and groom, with some of our closest friends. And Andy is the only man in the shot there. You can spot him. Chiara is his lovely wife.
Are you the one in red?
I'm the one in red with the big glass of wine. And it was a very big day. It was beautiful, 80 of us, and lots of benchmarks were passed. I've realised that. Actually, you know, for all the time I've been sat on this panel, I've been saying I can't drink, it's like a poison in my system, I'm rubbish at it. I'm not, I'm brilliant. I'm riding a bike!
Well, Kate, it was quite a rock and roll wedding. It wasn't just an average
No,
show,
well, Andy is a member of Oasis, or what were Oasis, and which is now a new band called BDI. So, yes, and which is why it's so funny that he loves the show. But he does. So, yes, it was a very rock and roll wedding, so I couldn't go there and be my meek and mild self. I thought, I've got to throw myself into the spirit of it. I was on the dance floor, I was shaking all of my bums. You know, when you realise, oh, support pants would have been a good idea.
I'd like to thank you because you've brought the hot weather back, because it's summer! I want to tell you how I really know it's summer, because this morning I saw a squirrel not eating his nuts. No, eating an ice cream. Have a look. Can you see him? He's got a cornetto in his hand. Look at that.
Did you take that photo?
I took that photograph. I said, just stay there a minute, squirrel.
Do you know what? Most squirrels would run when you get that close, but you have this amazing affinity with
I am
rats
Mrs.
with big
Doolittle.
tails. Yes.
And just hang on, he went, OK.
Of course he did.
This was in the middle of a meeting, by the way. We're all trying to have a sensible meeting to sort the show out, and she's just watching the squirrel with the cornetto.
Yes, one cornetto. See, I've still got the Italian in me. OK.
You wish.
Let's get on to business. Headlines today suggest that if you're trying to impress a man, girls, then steer well clear of any trendy items. Apparently, 9 of the season's most popular garments are a total turn-off for men. Amongst the fashions men love to hate are Ugg boots, gladiator sandals and those harem pants, you know, like MC Hammer pants. I'm with them on that. So, ladies, what fashion crimes have frightened off men in your lives? And are you a serial offender?
Well, you know, I can understand them not liking those. I mean, those harem pants, it looks like you've cacked yourself, doesn't it? They're horrible. I mean, then Ugg boots, they're not beautiful, are they? I mean, but... Well, they're not. I wouldn't wear those harem pants. But I used to wear, I have to say, I've scared more men off than you've had hot dinners with what I've worn, especially in the 80s, when it was all fantastic, bright colours. But I was a student, I had no money. So, you know, I was always dressed in whatever I could find in the Oxfam shop, and it was very mix and match. They used to call me Miss Woolworths, they really did.
Yeah, but we didn't have any cheap shops like they have now.
No, well, this is it. There weren't. It was just at Oxfam shops. And if you walk down the street with a bloke and you look like a bowl of trifle, they're not going to like it, are they, really? Which is what I did. But I think men are very stereotypical. I think, most men anyway, and that's not counting my husband, but most men, I think they just like the pencil skirts, the high heels, anything that shows the, you know, the wobbly jewellery off. You know, that's what they like, except for Peter, who I have to tell you is a sucker for a cardigan, hence me in the cardigan. My husband thinks cardies are the sexiest thing. I have a lot of cardies.
Do you mean cardigans or do you mean twin sets?
Oh, no, he doesn't like twin sets.
Oh, well, I thought maybe,
no.
You know, you don't know these days.
The thing is, girls, I don't know if you agree with me, I don't always think it has to be a disaster that scares men off. Sometimes I've found if I've gone very va-va-voom in a slinky dress, boobs out, whatever, it can terrify men. It can. And I've spent, you know, a lot of time men being pretty intimidated. Well, I did a documentary for ITV where I gained 2 stone, and I started to wear floatier dresses. I was a bit more vulnerable, more grateful. 36G, but I started to go floatier and tried to hide the belly and the bum, and I have never been chatted up so much in my life.
Amazing.
When I was at my biggest.
That's being feminine, you see, isn't
But I
it?
also
That's
think
what
there was a
you're
bit of
doing.
vulnerability as well. Cause
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I was a bit more grateful, a bit more vulnerable.
Grateful?
And you start relying on your...
Do you mean desperate? No, not in a bad way. But when you say grateful, do you think you were giving off a different aura, a different...
Yeah, you start to rely on other assets. When you're not feeling confident in your own body, you know, you start using your humour and start being a bit more self-deprecating and a little bit more vulnerable, and I think men like it.
Do you think that it's an age thing as well? Because I know that when I was a student and, you know, we didn't have an awful lot of money to spend on clothes, and I used to go... I had a couple of gay friends that were fashion designers, like fashion students. So I just used to go to their fashion shows and buy all their weird creations and then walk around town thinking I was the bee's knees. I had this all-in-one, like, loon pants jumpsuit that had pampas grasses on it. Right? And I loved it, and I used to go clubbing it, and I used to remember standing on the dance floor thinking, no one else looks like me. I am unique. And no wonder my love life was like the Gobi Desert.
I remember when I was very young. Do you remember when Paisley was in? Some of you are old enough to remember. I remember having a suit made. It was Paisley trousers and a Paisley long jacket. I thought I looked fantastic.
Like a three-piece suite.
Yes, and basket shoes. I had basket shoes. Yes,
I remember they squeaked, didn't they?
Yes,
my dad had those.
That's it.
Squeaky
Thank
shoes.
you,
Well, you'd have to have basket
Her
shoes to
dad
go with
had
the Pampas
No,
grass
my
dress,
dad.
wouldn't you?
But your dad had them worse.
He used to garden in them.
This is going from bad to
Then
worse.
he took them on holiday and he squeaked all over Mallorca.
I think you're going to just out your father as a cross-dresser, aren't you?
What men want you to wear is different. I mean, I had an ex who liked me, who would buy my clothes. So it was kind of a control thing, you know. But he would buy me suits. No. Always buy me men's suits. So I know. Why do you think I'm like
His
this?
name was Martha.
And it would like be a pinstripe. They were fantastic suits, I have to say. But I had to be very thin to wear them. But you know, it depends what they want you to. But you can't do that. You must wear what you want to wear. Never let anybody control what you wear.
Well, there's a thin line, isn't there, between feeling protected by a man's interests and being controlled by them, and you mustn't cross that line.
No, ladies.
Never.
Garrett has spoken. OK, we're going to take our...